What is going on, guys? So, we are going to start something completely new. Um, we are going to do multiple series throughout the year, discussing, early season, mid season, late season tactics, um, bow hunting, and rifle hunting. We don't discourage even crossbows, you know. It's all about getting out there and doing what you love to do, you know what I mean? So, this episode I think it's going to be, we've got a little over a month till opener. And I think that'll give us about 4 or 5 weeks of what we want to do. So we're going to do 5 episodes, 1 a week for early season tips and tricks on whitetail success. Doesn't matter what you use to hunt them with. And then we'll jump into mid-season, and we'll go all the way from there all the way down. But first, we just want to go through the sponsors that are helping us with everything that we're doing. Shout out to Black Widow Deer Lures. They're amazing. They've got synthetic and frozen scent. They've got forehead gland scent, which I really love. They have northern and southern whitetail urines, so definitely go check them out. They're pretty amazing. Another sponsor we have is Tactacam. We love our Tactacams. We don't use anything else but them. We all run the lithium packs on them. They're amazing. I could leave my camera out for 3-4 months before I gotta go replace the battery pack. The Bow Hunting League. My buddy Kyle and Ben are out there doing their thing. It's a free event that they put together, and they're giving away about $50,000 worth of prizes. It's a 3-person team. Sign up is free. Everything is free. They have King of Tines, the biggest deer at the end of the year against every state. It's a statewide, so it's not just Georgia. It's not just, and it's everywhere. So shout out to the Bow Hunting League. Shout out to Tactacam. And shout out to Black Widow Deer Lures. We are Southwest Georgia Bow Hunters. We are a state sponsor for the Bow Hunting League. So that's what we're pretty much doing here. We love giving back to the community. We're a small company as is, but anything we can do to help out, we're always helping out. But yeah, like I said, shout out to the partners, Black Widow Deer Lures, Tactacam, and us being a state sponsor for the Bow Hunting League. If you guys want to go sign up, go check it out. It's completely free. It's get out, shoot your bow. They have challenges every week. I just shot my 3rd bracket. Now they're doing 31 days of free giveaways. So from now until the 31st, 8/31/25 will be the end date on the Bow Hunting League giveaways. They're doing 1 giveaway a day for free. They're also giving away a meat wagon, which is I think Jeep Liberty or Jeep Compass. They gave one away last year as well. Last year they gave away a Jeep, which was called the meat wagon. It's what they're doing is amazing. They encourage you to get out, shoot with your friends. Everyone just joining us. This will be a 5-part series to early season tips and tricks. We're gonna have our first guest, my buddy named Jesse. He's a big hunter. He's been hunting for I think 30 years now. So he's definitely got some stories. But yeah, go check us out, Southwest Georgia Bow Hunters. We're always doing giveaways. We've got hats. I don't have a hat with me, but we've also got shirts. And I know I really don't talk with him much, but shout out to Boutique, my buddy Mike. if you're looking for a custom arrow wrap, he's the guy to go see. So we're just pretty much going through everything. So it'll be 5 series, tips and tricks all the way until mid-season. And this year we are going to be giving away a bow to somebody who does not have one or can't afford to fix one or etc., whatever per se. But we love people getting out into the woods. We do a lot of deer management. I've got 50 acres that I manage. So yeah, deer hunting is a blessing in disguise. I was going down, my hobby was not the greatest of hobbies back in the day. And so I picked up bow hunting, and it's just been addictive ever since. As you can see, got trophies on the wall already. We don't discriminate against what anyone shoots. If it makes you happy, my scoring system is the smile on your face. You know what I mean? Just don't be shooting nothing with spots. You know what I mean? Let's leave the spotted deer alone. But no, that's pretty much everything that we've got going on. We do quite a few giveaways. Each series or each episode will be about an hour long. And then we'll go from there. So stay tuned. This is where you will find what's coming up, what's happening, what kind of giveaways are going on, all that other stuff, So don't be afraid to hit the like button, join along. We're doing it. It's kind of like a podcast, but we're doing it on here. Hey, man, I appreciate it. It means a lot. It means a lot. But so right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have our buddy Jesse on. He's one of my good buddies. Where is he at? Where is he at? I gotta find him first. There he is. I want to more. There he is. So, this is going to be episode 1.
What's going on, man?
What's up, brother? How's everything?
Oh, just got cleaned up.
Oh,
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you. I like that.
Oh yeah, that's my nickname.
There you go. All right, so I pretty much explained to everybody what's going on. A little bit about our sponsor, a little bit about the Bow Hunting League. So for people who don't know you, go ahead and give us a little bit of insight on yourself.
Name's Jesse Fortner. Born and raised in Alabama. I have been hunting since I was about 6 years old. Started off squirrel and rabbit, and then obviously moved into bigger deer. And I tell myself now that was just because it was not as cold. As a kid, it's harder to put up with the cold. I guess hunting by myself since I was 14, so I'm 36 now. 4 years ago, I picked up a bow and found an addiction that I did not know existed.
So you picked up the bow for the first time, huh?
Yeah. And learning curve.
Tough one, man. It's.
Go ahead. It's you can't shoot it like you can a rifle. I've had to let a lot of deer walk that I would have absolutely murdered with a pew pew. You know what I mean? And heartbreaking that I have 2 years ago. I mean, we'll get into it. It's life. That's all I can tell you. It's a lifestyle. It is I don't know what I would do without it, to be honest.
Yeah, man, it's definitely a good hair head clearer too, as well. You know what I mean?
Yep, absolutely.
So, so what do you got going on this season? What are your let's see.
So I have a bear hunt planned in October, and then I will go to Illinois October 29th through the 9th of Illinois, or 9th of November, Illinois. Um, Obviously the bow hunt whitetail. I'll shoot for them 10 days, come back, work through the holidays, and I think the first week or so, maybe second week of December, I'll have another 5 day hunt. And when I say these hunts, these are planned hunts where all I will do, I will be camping somewhere and I will be hunting,
So
right?
nothing grounded, no high fence or anything like that.
No what?
No high fence, no nothing.
Oh, no, it's absolutely no. It's all public land. No questions asked. And there's nothing wrong with a high fence. If somebody's got the money to do it and that's what they want, go for it. And to me, I like the pure chase, and that's what I go after. When you kill a mature public land buck that is 3, 4, 5 years old, you have outsmarted a mastermind, so to speak, of the woods. Do I, bud?
Deer will.
Hang on. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear over here.
I couldn't hear you for a second.
I said deer are put on this earth to survive. That's probably one of the smartest creatures that I've ever come across.
Yep, absolutely.
You know, they don't get big by being dumb. You know what I mean?
No, they do not. No, they do not. It is which I mean, and I'll say this: I get just as excited to shoot a doe with my bow as I do, 130, 140 inch buck with my rifle. I mean, it's to me, I would almost I say this: a yearling doe is just as important to me as it is a mature buck.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Because, and I know I'll probably get a lot of backlash for this. People can't eat the horns. You know what I mean? My family, we eat deer tacos, deer lasagna, deer burgers. I mean steaks, roast. I get to have fun with it, and my family joins in with it, and so it's a community thing, or not community, but it's a family thing that we do together.
Yeah, and you got to think deer meat doesn't get recalled. You know what I mean?
Nope, it sure doesn't.
So there's always people tell me they're like why do you deer hunt? You just go to the store and buy meat. Yes, deer hunting is the most expensive meat you can buy.
Ain't lying.
Exactly, but at the same time, I'm having much fun doing it. Tolerate that.
Go ahead, bud.
I said, my wife tolerate
Hang on one second. We'll solve this real quick. So you were talking to me about early bow season.
Yes. So what's your setup? What arrows? What grain? What poundage?
So I shoot a Bowtech limbs. Shoot. Now there'll be some controversy here. 6.5 Eastons. They shoot just good. Has expensive arrows under 30 yards.
Yeah.
Difference. If you sight your bow in and you can hit that 3-inch target at 30 yards every time, why would you spend $30, $40 an arrow? I don't understand it. I hunt with Mega Meats, and a lot of knocks. So yeah, when I send that arrow down range at an animal, it's probably $30-$35.
Yeah.
But I've been able to find them, and they've been reused. I got one arrow I got 3 deer with it so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's like people go out and buy, they go out and they try to buy, the best of everything, but at the beginning of time, people were killing deer with sticks and strings. You know what I mean? But
Of course.
it's on a teeter totter almost. Trust me, I like looking good doing it. The next person does. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and weight is 430 grains, 435 grains, give or take.
So, what have you got any bucks yet? Let me see. You're cutting out a little bit. I said, have you gotten a bow buck yet?
Yeah, I apologize. I walked away from the house to go to the truck to get my headphones, and my headphones are not in the truck. So I apologize. I connect to the Wi-Fi. When you live out in the sticks, you don't have a lot of good service.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Anyways, I shoot a Bowtech, 73 pounds roughly, 31.5 inch draw. It is moving around 305, 308 feet per second. Mega meets 6.5 Easton's, a lot of knocks, and it's a smoke show.
Yeah, I mean, I had a company reach out to me about 2 years ago, and I was shooting a PFC, and they went ahead.
You there?
Something over
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so like I was saying is
Is that better?
yeah, I can hear you. Is there somebody like beating cans or something like that around you?
My dog is drinking out of his water bowl. Duck Hunting Chocolate Lab.
What is that? That was like loud as all get out.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good.
Lay down, Maverick. Anyways, all right. So next.
So there's a company called yeah, it's got to be a black lab. I got one of those.
Chocolate Lab.
Yep. So there's a company called Sanlita, and they make Olympic recurves and all that other stuff. They've been in the Olympics for about 35 years now. So a lot of people are shooting their stuff. And this is their first year model of their flagship hunting bow.
That's cool.
It almost looks like a Hoyt. It's all billet aluminum. The thing only weighs about maybe very light. It's got 90-pound limb, but I'm nowhere near there. I'm shooting comfortably at like 70, 69, 70. And you've got G5 millimeters, 5 millimeter Yes.
You're breaking up again, bud.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I'm wondering. I don't know. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty much what we got. And then we've got some custom the bow hunter arrow wraps from my buddy over at Boutique, Mike.
Yep.
That right there was my first bow hunt.
Well, why don't you go ahead and set the bar high?
Yeah, right. He was he stepped out at 15 yards on opening day, and he's full velvet.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We have like the first 3 weeks of our deer season here in Alabama will be velvet. October 1st. Like I want to say it might have been October 17th, 2 years ago. My buddy Dunn killed a 120, 130 inch public land that was velvet. Had him mounted like that. I can send you pictures of it. I mean, he's an absolute tall, probably 16, 18 inches tall, probably 20 inches wide. 7 or 8 point, I can't remember. Stud, absolute stud.
Yeah, that's what he is. He's 129 inch with a I think it was 16 inch.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He came in at 250.
Man, I don't know. Can you hear me fine?
What's up?
Can you hear me fine? Like you go in and out. Like I don't know if it's.
That's probably the weather. The weather here is terrible. It's storming super bad outside.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see if I can.
So early season.
So yes, what are you have anything that you're actually looking for? Like, do you have a deer that you've been watching, or
History repeats itself.
yeah?
Okay. And I say that in like a broad term. Yes, obviously I'll go put out a couple of cameras here and there, and hot spots that I know that on a community scrape, right? That way I can get an inventory of the area. And then like, so when we go October 1st, right, I know it's going to be 75 degrees that day, right? 70, 75 degrees. And it's going to be miserable, right? I'm going to find the deepest hole with a bluff or anything like that that's going to have a 10 to 15 degree temperature change, right? From, 72 to 60, right? And I know there'll be deer there. I know they'll come to it. I know, especially the bigger bucks, 11, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, they'll be coming to find that relief, so to speak, right? And that's how I hunt for the most part. Now, obviously, you got to have sign, you got to have scrapes, you got to have rubs, and pinch points, saddles. A lot of where I hunt in Alabama is Appalachian, so some of it is, you'll have 1,000-foot elevation change in 100 yards, right? That's tough hunting, if that makes any sense. So when you find that saddle that this point comes up to, say 900 feet, and this one drops to 400, then back up to 900, that 400 is where them deer are going to be crossing. Yeah. They're going to be traversing over that.
How early do you get in to make sure you keep your thermals down?
Do what now?
How early do you get in, or do you wait to go in about 30 minutes before, or are you out there 2 hours before? Are you worried about
so most of mine's public land, and so I got to have time to get to where I'm going. So if I don't have an hour and a half to dark before daylight, like let's just say it's 3 miles deep or 2 miles deep, whatever, you have to get after it, right? So it takes me, say it's 30 minutes with gear and all, you're there, right? 30, 35 minutes. Now I got to get up a tree, right? And I use a saddle, one stick in it, I can get up a tree, and but beginning of the season generally is kind of rough. Uh, I don't know why. That first hunt is always the roughest hunt because I forget stuff. I don't care who you are. You're going to, after the third or fourth hunt, I got everything situated and I can get up in a tree in 15 minutes. That first hunt is generally a rough one. It takes me 30, 35 minutes. Then you have to get up there, set your cameras up, set everything up, and an hour and a half is what I like to have, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, yeah. Are you worried? Are you using any type of like ozone or anything like that, or are you just like strictly playing the wild?
Nose jammer is by far I have seen it in person. Never believed it. Was put on it last year, and when I tell you they have got down, where I've been busted, that's where I sit there and tell you history repeats itself. Where I have been busted, coming over a ridge or around a cut or a blowdown or whatever, and the wind may be set up wrong for the wind and get busted years prior to nose jammer, them lifted it last year. I was just in awe. Lifted that head up, licked that nose, put that head down, and continued to me.
Yeah, that with the in there, man. It's I don't know what it is, but I've heard a lot of people say that fresh cut grass is almost that same type of scent. You know what I mean?
Yep. Nose jammer all the way. Firm believer. I just now granted it was a little buck and I couldn't shoot it because we have a 3 buck limit or 3 on one side where I was hunting at, so I had to let it walk. But nonetheless,
It worked.
it works. It happens.
It happens. So yeah, we have 4 or more on one side, and then the other one need to be 14 inch, 13 or 14 for the second.
Do it now.
There's two. We get 2 bucks. One is 4 or more on one side, and the other one has got to be a 14 or 13 inch spread.
Oh, okay. So we have 3 bucks, 120 does. It's a doe a day for the length of the season, right? A buck a day up to 3 bucks. You have one of them has to have 4 points or better on one side. Then we have bonus buck days. So we have I want to say it's like 31, 32 management areas in the state of Alabama. And they have bonus buck. Each one of them has a bonus buck day where it does not count against your original 3, right? So you could go on a bonus buck day, kill a good buck, and it not count against you.
Really?
So you could kill, I guess legally, however many you can make it on that bonus buck day. And, Phil Freezer's full.
That's crazy.
Yep. But our deer population is I mean, it's not uncommon to when I go to south, man, I can see 300 deer in 10 days.
Good Lord.
I mean, that's you broken up again.
I thought Georgia had a lot of deer.
Oh, I mean, dude, I hit a deer with my vehicle every single year, if not twice a year or 3 times a year.
Good Lord. Yeah, when I got told we got 12 deer tags, I was like, whoa. And I was excited, and then I found out about that deer a day and everything in Alabama, and I was like, man, I can only imagine the population of deer. Is it because a lot of people don't want to shoot the doe, or
So the verdict's still out on it, and the only reason why I say that is I don't know if you and it might be people. Alabama is coming up in the ranks as far as having mature deer, right? I think our average buck last year was killed with 125 inches. Illinois is 145 inches. Kansas is like 158, the average buck. So we're coming up as far as the killing bigger deer. And so it's starting to, I guess about 15, maybe 20 years ago, they did the rule. One had to have 4 better on one side. So it's starting to show as far as having mature bucks. And a lot of folks, I mean, to me, I'd rather shoot a doe any day of the week.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Horns are nice, but I can fill my freezer with two or three, 4 or 5 does and be just as happy.
Yeah.
Just be just as happy.
Yeah, that's crazy. We've we believe it or not, we've actually came up quite substantial on our size as well. My neighbor holds the record for our tournament. He was 260 pounds, and he had 22 scorable points, and he was 258 inches.
Turn my Wi-Fi on, see if you can hear me better, or I can hear you better.
Did you hear what I said last?
No.
It's we have a we have quite a substantial, our deer count. My neighbor holds the record for our county. Two scorable points. He was 158 inches and he was 265 pounds.
That's a stud.
Yeah, he was taken about 10 years ago. So that's showing, our average is about 220,
Yeah.
in that general area. But we get the Florida people up here, man, and man,
I agree. There's a gentleman that comes up out of Florida that, and everybody does their own thing. I'm not trying to start nothing, but like when we're hunting that management land, Army Corps land is right across the river, and there's no limitation on it. It's just a buck and doe a day, right? Well, the management land, and he has a boat. I have no idea if he's telling me the truth. Come back with a spike, and I was like, bro, like, you do realize there's a horn limit here, so I shot that on Army Corps land. I was like, okay. I have no idea. I have no way to prove it.
Yeah.
To each his own. It's a trophy to him. I can't sit there and get mad at him. It's just part of it.
Yeah, I mean, I got no problem with somebody shooting a spike. I've always wanted to shoot a spike. But, when you go out and you have the intentions on shooting as many spikes as you possibly can without, give yourself something. Have a little bit of, respect for the nature, not so much the next hunter,
Yeah.
Well,
in that 10-day time frame, like 4 of those days were gun days on that management area, and I think he killed 5 deer, which is fine. If that's what he did, he was going back and forth between Army Corps land and management land, and he can do that. You're allowed to shoot does on Army Corps engineer land. Now, when I say Army Corps engineer land, there'll be a lock and dam, right? And then there'll be the surrounding land around it, and it'll be 350 acres, right? So it gets overlooked a lot of time.
Yeah.
Right? Or it'll be 70 acres here, and generally when it's under that 200 mark, they make it bow hunt only. And so it gets overlooked tremendously then because there's not a lot of bow hunters, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so, in which I love it. Like so the way our management land's here, you can bow hunt from October 1 to February 10th, right? But you can only gun hunt 15 or 20 days.
Really?
Yep. Now, that's not national forest. Now, you can go to hunt national forest once the season opens, and you can kill whatever. It's a buck or doe a day. And there's dates that you have to follow by, like the first 10 days will be buck only, and then it'll be all doe or buck and doe for 2 months in zone A or zone B or zone C or whatever. You have to pay attention to them dates to make sure you're following the. Butter, what are you talking about, me or him?
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. I mean, a lot
we're happy doe, and then take your deer. You know what I mean? That's like you said, to each his their own. So
Yeah, as
I
long as you do it legally, I don't care. I mean, that's just have fun with it.
try to tell people, like I don't mind. I don't care what you kill. Just let's try not to shoot any deadly spots on it. You know what I mean?
See, it's legal here, and I have so many mixed emotions about it. I understand that that is just the way the world works. Am I going to kill a fawn? Absolutely not. Have I hit one with a car? Yes, I have. It sucks.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't have smashed it so bad, I probably would have tried to have it mounted. Um, when I was in my Jeep, it's 33, 12-inch, 50. I mean, big mud tires. And I tried. When I tell you I locked the boot down, keep from running that deer over, I didn't tell my wife. She would have had a meltdown.
Oh
And it's just part of it. And who am I to tell you you can't harvest an animal?
yeah.
And that's the way I look at it. If that's what you see fit, go for it.
Yeah.
It's legal.
Just kind of scares me a little bit for the future of what everything is going to be. Not just hunting. The world in general. Like I'm a welder. There's nobody wants to do anything. I just kind of think of everything as what is the world going to be in 40, 50 years? Are people enjoy hunting, or is it just going to be a full on out?
So I put it this way. I'm not saying that deer cannot be extinguished, right? Obviously, any animal can be taken off the face of the earth with enough persistence. I don't think the way the rules are now that it's possible for whitetail deer to be wiped off America. I just
You'd be surprised. I was looking up, and there's about 35% of hunters and poachers. So
yes, I mean there's good and bad with everything. You can't.
absolutely, but they say poaching has gone up quite a bit.
Well, I mean look at some of the rules that folks be like when we go to Illinois, we get one buck and one doe.
Yep.
Now I'm tickled with that. That is a heck of an opportunity, and I'm looking forward to it. It's all public land. If they aren't allowed to have one buck, it's one of those things. Like I'm going to follow the rules every time, but I go back to who am I to tell you what you can and can't harvest, and this is my part. I'm not a fan of the government. I'm going to leave it at that. I love outdoors. I love deer hunting. And it just, who are you to tell me what I can and can't do?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
But what saddles are you running? I've been looking to get into custom-based saddle.
So I run the XOP Mondo. I'm a big fella. I'm 6'2", 270, 265, somewhere around there. So I needed something, that was just going to be able to handle me, so to speak. I love it. It's I went from a lock on and 3 sticks to probably in roughly a 30-pound range to 7 pounds.
Nice.
So now, not only that I'm at 7 pounds, I've dropped 20 pounds off my pack. Now I can learn. I'm a 3.5 mile hike doesn't kill me like you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so now I can go further, go deeper, do more, able to hunt more efficient. And I love it, dude. Like as far as getting in when it says you can get in any tree, you can get in any tree.
Yeah, I can imagine. You can get from what's the thickest tree that you might be able to or there's no really limits on it. Is there?
There's no. There's no. There's a buck I was hunting a cutover in last year, and the only real you got to remember accessibility and wind direction, right? So the only tree that I was able to get in that had it, and I say easier access without bumping them out of the clear cut. That's where they were bedding down. And with the wind in the right was a sweet gum that was probably 35 inches big around, or 30 inches, thickness. It put that saddle to the max. I mean, but it worked, and I was able to get up there. I had to climb about 35 feet to get up and out of the view. That way I could hunt. I mean, it's part of it.
Yeah, yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, that's
And I've been in a 5-inch tree.
yeah,
Have a little bit sway with it.
yeah. Oh yeah, I know about that. I normally I've got a lock on with being a welder. I went and built me my own custom ladder.
Yeah.
But that's totally different. I've yet to hunt private
Can't hear you again, bud.
My buddy talks about it. He pulls up on public land and there's 700 trucks there, and he's like, he hasn't killed anything in the past 4 years.
He ain't going to the right spot. That's all I got to say about that.
Like, there's got to be other spots. You know what I mean? And he claims that this spot's the best. He hasn't killed anything in the past better part of 4 years.
You have to understand deer. You have to understand deer movement.
Yeah.
I want to say it's like 80% of the big bucks move between 11 and 1 o'clock.
Yeah, a lot of people, say, oh, I'd rather be hunting, super early in the morning. I go out. Sometimes I'll hunt till 9 o'clock and get down, and then come back around 12 and got that deer at 2 o'clock.
And right after rain, if you can be in the stand the moment it quits raining, a heavy rain, you put yourself in a successful position to kill something.
Oh, I don't even mind being in the rain, to tell you the truth. I mean, it don't bother me one bit, especially early season when it's 80 degrees outside and you get
It's you just have to understand it and breaking down and this is another thing. This is what I've been studying lately is the lay of land. Just say you have 300 acres, right? That's private. You can't hunt all 300 acres.
No, absolutely not.
You can't hunt maybe, and I don't know how the layout, obviously there's a percentage there, you may be able to hunt 50% of it, 75% of it, whatever, without being busted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And running the deer off.
Yeah. Yeah, I got 50 acres and there's no running gun on that. It's not going to happen, But there's about that's off the drop, about a 30-foot drop on the other side of the ravine from our pond. And have you ever just walked?
Where?
Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
You ever walk past a spot and you smell like smell?
Yeah.
That's essentially 15 acres that I can't hunt, because it's so thick and that's their bedding area. I walked through there one time off season, and there's 30, 40 deer in there. I was like, I'll never come back through here ever again.
I mean, it's, and like I've hunted private land, you can control the situation a heck of a lot more. I don't like the last club we was in was about 6 years ago. Had a really good buck. I can send you pictures of him. The neighbors ended up killing him, so it doesn't even matter. They came in 2 days before deer season, cleared, cutted. There's 1,000 acres club. They clear cutted 490 acres. And take this in consideration. I want to say like 75 of that acres was swamp, so it was unhuntable anyways. So now you have 15 guys that are cramming into a 300-acre section.
Yeah.
a 400 acre section, whatever it was. It goes bad quick.
I tell a lot of people, you can do a lot more damage in 5 minutes for the next 5 years than what you really know. You know what I mean? It's like I said, I've seen people come through, and I do a lot of management because obviously I own my land, so I cut a decent piece out. Everything is exactly the way I had a guy asked me if he should do that, and I said I wouldn't recommend it. And he went right before season and made a big 200 acre clear cut. And he's like, dude, I haven't seen a deer in like 2 years. I'm like, I tried to, and like, for the next 7 years. Trees don't grow overnight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Land management isn't just going out, clearing shooting lanes, and you got to kind of have somewhat of an idea of what you're doing. I would never tell anybody to go cut anything. I haven't been doing it long enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't want to ruin somebody's property and then have them look at me like, you said this much. It works for me. It may not work for you, but it works for me. Every layout is completely different.
Yeah.
How
Go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, whether it's the next door neighbor, the guy down the street, it's every single thing. The deer have. So I went out and I put about 80 scrapes out on the off season, and they kind of created. They're on every single camera, every single time, same time of the day. Deer will spend about 5 to 10 minutes. 70 80 scrapes out there. They just kind of put themselves into a pattern, and the deer that are out there. Definitely substantial than what it was last year.
Yeah, it's so like, and I know this may seem funny, but a $5 bag of pool salt with a good camera will give you any amount of inventory you need in the area, and they'll dig a hole. They will dig a hole because of pool salt, and it's vitamins that they need anyway to help grow horns, minerals, the whole 9 yards. And you can get a good, like we had a 45 piece over here for 4 or 5 seasons. And I had this one doe, she had a cut on the backside of her ear. I don't know how, but it was almost like somebody took a pair of scissors and cut a V out of the back of her ear, right? She had twins every single year. Do you think I shot that doe? She got a pass every single time. My wife would just be elated every year. We need to check cameras. I want to see my babies every year.
I got a piebald out there like that, and she'll drop 2 about every year, and you can obviously tell which one she is.
Oh yeah.
She's so fertile, bro. That every year she got twins. Like there's 4 babies out there this year. There's her 2, and then another 2. But I've got 7 babies. I've got about 29, 30 doe. So this year the doe population is a little bit higher than it was last year.
Dude, you say that. So Auburn University came down and did a study at my uncle's hunting club, and it's on the other side of the state, right? So it's probably a 3-hour drive for me if I go with him. And they told him this was 2 seasons ago, I believe, maybe 3. They needed to kill 435 deer off of their 5,000 acre club to even out the buck and doe ratio without killing a single buck. Right? 435 does. Asking 20 members to do that. So, in reality, a yearling, let's take a yearling doe. It is nothing but a mouth to feed. It will not go in, it will not be bred. I would rather take a yearling doe any day of the week
than full-blown mature.
The mature doe who can be bred and have a baby, right? That's just my personal opinion. Some other people, oh, you shot that dog, or, I say dog. smaller deer, 60-pounder, 70-pounder. You're absolutely right.
But that's how you ruin your deer population. You go out and if you shoot every hammer you see and every big fat doe you see, that's how you get rid of your deer.
Especially like, I want to say it's, I've read, and I could be wrong, 100% wrong on this, that around year 3 is when they are, if they're going to breed, right? They have already come in heat. They've had a baby. That's when you know that they're going to have a baby. If by year 3 that they're going to have a yearling every year, right? Have a fawn every year. By year 3, if they've not had one, there's something wrong, right? And so at that point, now you have, and I say that it's just a mouth to feed, and there's obviously anybody's choice if you want to take one or not. If you're going to control your population, that's how you have to do it.
Yep, I completely agree. I've got doe out there that haven't had babies for.
And I don't know the actual, like, when they stop. I don't know if it's year 8 or year 10.
That's where that camera information comes in.
Yes, absolutely.
It's not just for collecting data for just to see what's out there. It'll tell you what deer.
Inventory.
Exactly.
I mean, inventory. I mean, it's, and this is a thing. And I'll say this: every single deer is unique. You just have to look at that deer to figure out which deer it is, right? And if you watch them enough, you can learn and see. Like, there's some bucks that I've had on camera. When they found that camera, they disappeared, right? Knowing, and I'm not saying that a camera is danger, but they equate that camera as danger, right?
Because they were once young enough to where that camera wasn't out there, and all of a sudden, and it can't. Sometimes it's not even all of a sudden. It can be out there because I leave my camera here. Good, that's bad. Good, that's bad. But I've got it. The one that stays out all year is significantly high. You know what I mean? And that would be my inventory camera, and then the rest of them placed out are just they haven't seen, but Georgia deer are just completely different. Man. They will walk out into a field and they will look up. It's crazy.
Hang on one second. Amazon. Maverick, come here. Maverick. I promise you. Come here. What? I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, I bet I know what that is. I bet that's my waders.
It's heavy.
Is it? I got new waders. My waders came in for duck season. Whoop, whoop.
Someone's going swamp walking.
Heck yeah. Half the places I hunt, I have to use a boat to access it. So, and I'm not saying it's wetlands. Some of it is, some of it's not. But them deer, they know how to use it. And sometimes you got to put waders on to get to that spot. You're breaking up, bud. I can't hear you. Barely.
Yeah, this story it out. It hasn't been like
So I'm going to send you a link. I have a mic set up that I plug into the bottom of my phone when I'm hunting. And dude, I don't care what you're doing. You clip it onto your hat. I mean, it's amazing, and it deals away with all that.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, so that's that's the life of hunting. You know what I mean? It's gotta worry about.
What, bud? We have. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. That is what it is. Hold up, I gotta do an unboxing. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, this is one of the other. This is my 5-year-old that I got last year.
That's awesome.
He is all completely chocolate.
Well, you know what that means, right? When they're chocolate like that, I mean, they stay in the deepest, darkest holes. They don't come out. Not a lot of sunlight.
I'm gonna tell you right now, this guy, he was in the back part of the 50 acres, and I got him on camera maybe once or twice, and then he stepped out about at the end of the season. I mean, I'm like, oh, I haven't shot nothing. There ain't nothing out here, and he came out at, I think it was 2 days till the season ended. Lord, it's raining outside.
That's all. Later. Shout out to Dave.
All right, well, I think that'll probably do it. Try to do one every week. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, barely.
We're gonna try to do at least one episode every week until the beginning of the season, and then we'll change it, and then we'll go into mid-season, late season, etc., etc. You know, everybody who's been listening, we appreciate you. Giveaways, you know, we're actually giving away a bow to somebody that needs one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, we love trying to get to the outdoors. You know, like I said earlier before we jumped on. I don't know if you know about the bow hunting league.
You've made a comment about it, and I think I've seen maybe something about it here or there. What is it again?
It's a 3-person team. It's completely free to sign up. You ain't got to pay for nothing. We're giving away $50,000 worth of prizes. We're giving away a brand new Jeep, a couple of shooting houses from Muddy, like the big 6x6 one. Right now they're doing 31 days of free giveaways. They encourage you to get out there, shoot. You know, there's always something going on with them guys. So, you know, if anyone's on, you know, go check them out. It's a 3-person team. It's free. The biggest deal at the end of the year wins, I think, is probably about $20,000.
Heck yeah.
So I mean,
I think I've joined Apex again this year. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, I was looking at that, and then there's another one for our state. That's I was in 2 of them last year, so I'm gonna see what I can do about jumping on Apex as well, because I was definitely checking it out.
Yeah, So, like, if you got time, I got a story to tell you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, we started Shadow Stalkers, me, Colby, and Ethan, and Shadow Stalkers Outdoors. Our first hunt together was last January. We all met up. Ethan wasn't able to come, but Colby and Brian were. And the first morning, first day, he misses a deer, or he hits one brisket. Could not find it. About 140, 150 yard shot. That evening, I killed that mature buck I sent you or maybe you've seen the video of. They got on Instagram, I think, because I got a strike. I almost got banned by posting it on TikTok. Oh, how I love and hate TikTok.
Yeah.
Anyways, go to my Instagram. You can see it. First day, first time hunting together. It was, I mean, I got my first bow kill that week. I mean, it was just everything, every bit of it was just awesome. It's a story to tell. It really is. And like, I really need to get Colby on here with you. And when we get together, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's bad. Do I?
Like I said, I can only imagine. But next week, if you send me his information or whatever, I'll be in a hotel. I'll be out of town. I'll be in Savannah, Georgia, doing some work, and we'll have both of you guys on.
Oh man, it's look, you got to be prepared to laugh because it gets hilarious. I don't know why we just gelled so well together, and I would say 90% of our decision making with hunting is the same, right? So when we're walking through the woods, when we're picking trees, when we're, everything is, oh, yep, I agree. Let's go. Like,
Another thing, and it always helps, man. It's a wonder. You'll look at a tree and you'll be like, no, and then your buddy will turn around and be like, well, what about that? It's just no matter what you do, an extra set of eyes is always great.
Absolutely. And so when I tell you, like, dude, we seen a buck bedded down. It's midday. I'll tell you this story. It's midday, and he's bedded down across a swamp, and he's right on the edge. And I just caught the white patch of the neck, right? And I was like, "Is that a deer?" And we're driving, and we're only moving 20 miles an hour. It's back roads. And it's on management land, and so it's legal. And I wasn't paying attention to the road. And when it's a deer, and he's leaning like this to turn that way he can stay out the passenger window to see. I realize I'm in the lane. Now, there's no traffic coming. I mean, we're doing 15, 20 miles an hour. And I snatched the steering wheel, and his head bounced off the window as he's turning. When I tell you, I felt so bad. And he's like, "Why'd you do that? Why'd you do me dirty? Why'd you do me like that?" And we stopped, and we looked at this deer, and we're trying to get, it's awesome.
Yeah. I have a similar story to that, but the guy ended up with a black eye from the spotting scope.
Look, the first morning that we hunted, he shoots up with the tree we picked, gets up there and says, "Hey, throw me your stand." It's a platform. It don't weigh 2 pounds, right? So I throw it up, and then I step to the left. He misses it. Guess what I do? I stepped right under it. I mean, straight to the ground. I mean, straight to the head.
That's a big boy hitting the ground at like 5 miles an hour, boy.
Dude, what are you talking about? Like, Colby explains it the best. Like, the way he tells the story, it's just, you get both of us together, I mean, you're going to be laughing. It's epic. It really is.
But yeah, when we jump off here, we probably got a little bit longer. When you get off here, definitely send me his information. I'd love to reach out to him.
Absolutely.
Sounds like a great guy.
He's a mess.
Oh, dude, aren't we all, bro? I mean,
I swear. I'm told all the time that I'm my wife's third child. So
bro, I don't even, I don't even want to talk about this because my wife hears wind of this. She'll break through the door and she'll start laughing and she'll be like, "Oh, I take care of you." Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
that's right. That's right. All right, bud.
But yeah, no, it was great talking with you. We'll
Absolutely.
definitely send me his information and
Yep.
we'll get you guys on next week for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It was great talking with you. Funny stories. Sounds like
Dude, I got them. Like, we need to write.
these will get longer and longer as we go on for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, man.
Hi, brother.
Have a good one.
Later, man.